build a PC for $600 that can play games at high to maybe even ultra settings? Well, I got a PC for you that can do that all for only $600. Let's go and get into it. Okay, so this PC is going to cost around $600 plus your OS and the monitors and everything else, but this is going to include the actual computer itself, and I think I actually did a pretty good job for the $600 price point. So let's go and get into it. For the CPU, we're going to pick up the AMD Athlon 2X 4750K 3.4 GHz quad-core processor. Now, I really wanted to do a processor that would be able to play games at high to ultra settings, and games really are taking advantage of those cores, so I made a decision. Take the i3 dual core or go with the AMD quad core. And really, I think 4 cores is better than 2 cores. Games are really, if you look at the Battlefield 4 requirements for high performance, you're going to need your 4 cores. So a Core i3 is definitely not going to do the job. Even though these cores may not be as well built, they're still 4 cores, and AMD is still a great brand to go with. And this is only going to cost you $80. For the motherboard, we're going to go with the ASRock FM2A55M DG5R 2.0 Micro ATX FM2 motherboard. Now, this motherboard does not have anything you don't need, but it has everything you do need. It has no USB 3, so if that's a big problem for you, ask me and I'll probably find a motherboard if you really need USB 3. Next, I believe it's overclockable. If I'm wrong, tell me in the comments. Besides this, it's going to cost you $54, and it's going to do the job of what we need it to do and nothing else. For the RAM, we're going to go with 2 sticks of 8 GB Crucial Ballistic Sports XT DDR3 1600 MHz memory. Now, I could have gone with 4 GB and saved the money and put it into the GPU, but you need 8 GB. Right? I mean, one thing, when I made my What is a Gaming PC video, I said these 4 things are all important. And they're all important. A lot of people think that GPU is the only thing that's important. No, it's RAM, GPU, CPU, and power supply. Those are the 4 main things you really want to put in a gaming PC to really get you a good gaming PC, to give you great performance and not anything else. Now, if I were to save this money and put about $15, maybe cheap out even a little more on the motherboard, maybe cheap out a little more on the hard drive, cheap out a little more on the power supply, and not get as good quality as one, well, that's bottlenecking. That's, I don't know. So, $70 is going to cost you for this RAM. For the hard drive, we're going to go with the Western Digital RE3 1TB 72 RPM hard drive. Once again, I want you to get 1 TB of space. That's really what you need to store your mass games in your OS. Like I said, in my $1,000 build, add a SSD later, and you'll be able to put your OS on that, and you'll be able to get some great performance. And this hard drive is only going to cost you $54. And the Western Digital 500 GB one was like $50, so you're paying $5 more or something like that. And Western Digital is a great brand to always go with. For the graphics card, we're going to go with the AMD Radeon R9 270X 2GB video card. This is a great video card. It's got 2 GB of VRAM, which is exactly what you need. Right now it's got a decent clock speed of, I believe, 1.14 GHz, if I'm correct. And it's made by ASUS, so they have those 2 fans, and AMD is always a great brand to go with. Really, you just want to stick with AMD or NVIDIA. I don't even think there's any others. Intel makes some, but they're more integrated graphics, while AMD and NVIDIA are more all around. So, this graphics card is going to cost you $223, which is a little less than half our budget, but it's definitely good to spend it on the GPU. For the case, we're going to go with the NZXT Source 210 ATX mid-tower case. Now, case is obviously opinion. You don't need to follow the case if you really don't want to. If you want to get something nicer that has a laser light show on the side of it. This one's a little more clean. It's made of good materials. It's very well made. This case is going to cost you around $38, so it's not that expensive. For the power supply, we're going to go with the Cooler Master 500 watt A+ Brown certified. Like I said, you don't want to cheap out on your power supply. Never a good idea. 500 watts is exactly what you need for overclocking and to handle this CPU and to handle this whole system. And it's A+ Brown certified, so you know it's going to be delivering clean power to your components. For the optical drive, we're going to go with the LG something. 16 bucks if you don't want to do it. Don't have to. For me, it just makes the Windows installation a little bit easier. Even though they've made it easy, yeah, you can put on a USB or something. I think an optical drive, really, you're actually putting yourself, you're actually getting yourself, saving yourself money instead of buying like a 32, or OS is like 30 gigs now, something like that. So it's about the same price for about a 32 gig flash drive. And that's gonna cost you $598 so just under 600 bucks. This is not factoring shipping, it's factoring in all the mail-in rebates that you'll be getting and all that. So yeah. Now for the extra stuff, once again, this is all, you don't have to get this from me, you can get anything. Really, there's no compatibility issues with these next things, but this is just what I would recommend. For the OS, now remember, you don't have to go with Windows, you can go with Linux, but if you're going to be playing games, you're definitely going to want to get Windows, as Windows is right now the most compatible OS, and I personally like Windows 8, the speed is very nice, and it's a 64-bit version, it's only going to cost you $98. So, for the monitor, we're going to go with an Acer G206HLBPD 60Hz 20-inch monitor. This monitor is a 20-inch monitor, which is good enough. It's got 60 Hz, which is what you want. It's HD. It's all that. It's what you need. Get anything you want. Get a, whatever. Now, well, actually, the price. It's gonna cost you $128. But don't go out and getting a 144 Hz monitor, because this system will not run games at 144 Hz. If you're going to be running dual, like R9 290Xs or Titans or something, sure, go ahead and get a Core i5, Core i7. Go ahead, get a 120 Hz monitor, because some games you can play at 120 Hz, but not all of them. For the keyboard, we're going to go with the Cooler Master Quickfire Rapid Wired Gaming Keyboard. This is going to be the last build where I choose Cooler Master. A lot of people think I'm being fanboys of it. I don't know. Keyboards are all personal. I do recommend a mechanical keyboard, though, for the build. I'm just going to be picking a random one every time. That's just good quality, built right. So, for the mouse, Logitech. That's going to cost you 75 bucks. For the mouse, we're going to get a Logitech G500 laser gaming mouse. Laser and optical, I don't really know the difference. This is just a good mouse for the price. It's only $50, $60, and it's a very good mouse, and it has some cool features. And Logitech always makes good driver programs and all that jazz. So, thank you guys for watching. Please rate, comment, and of course, subscribe if you really love the video. And, yeah, sorry for getting it up a day late. I just never got to really record it. But, yeah. So, thank you guys for watching. Bye.